Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Courtside View. I'm your host, Chris Robinson, joined by my good friend Key Williams. Key, how you doing tonight?
Chilling, man, chilling. We got some NBA going on. A lot to talk about.
It's quite a bit to talk about. We got the man, the myth, the legend, the soon-to-be 35-year-old Coach Dante. You had to put your business out there, man.
That's all love, man. It's an honor working with you again, bro. Working with you, man. I'm glad you're a part of this with us. But I'm gonna just say one thing. I know probably Key responsible for this, and I'm gonna hold Key to it. That is so disrespectful not to have a Rocket a part of that goddamn that damn intro. But you put Brandon Ingram, someone that stays. Not stay on.
I gotta update that anyway. Leave me alone.
It better be a Rocket. When you update it, it better be a Rocket on now. It better be at least a Rocket on now because that is so disrespectful to have Brandon Ingram on now, and he don't even stay on the court. But I'm alright, man.
How many games did he play this year? Did he make 4?
You do know this intro was made when Denver won the championship, right? So yes, it needs some revamping.
Yeah, and the Rocket got to be on now because that's disrespectful. But other than that, I'm good. I'm good, man. Rockets had a great season, but at least we didn't lose in 5. We ain't man, Lakers. We ain't losing no 5.
Hey, man, not here to defend his Lakers.
Houston did overachieve this year.
They
were supposed to be good. Maybe a play-in team to get second seed right there.
Play in the 6th seed at least. Play in the 6th seed, but
yeah. 6 seed, it was their
was the limit. That's why I had it. That's what I had. Yeah, it was the limit.
But to get 2 seed and take Golden State to 6, hey, they ain't got nothing to be sad about.
Yep.
Unlike Conman's Lakers, man. I wish he was here with us tonight, but but I can't talk. My Spurs didn't make the playoffs. Key,
you already look.
Yeah,
look, I have no room to talk. We was done before the All-Star break. Okay, I'm on the couch, stay on the couch watching TV just like I am.
Ali, y'all were done already before that.
Man, well, let's tonight we're just gonna discuss the playoffs. Right now, we got Game 3 of the Cleveland Indiana Pacers series. It's been pretty crazy so far. Cleveland's blown 2 big leads. Right now, they got a big lead, up 66-45 at halftime. Last 2 games, they've been up, 20 points both games, and they blew it. Game 2 was really heartbreaking. I mean, Halliburton with a step back 3, put them up 2-0. Let's just, get your thoughts on it, Key. What's your thoughts on the rest of this series? Who do you got winning tonight? I mean, a 21-point lead at halftime means nothing. We've seen that this series. Cavs do have their players back. Garland missed a game. We got everybody back this week, so
I think Cleveland. This is a must-win game for them. So they're up by 21 points right now. So they have to keep the foot on the gas because we've seen twice that the Pacers can come back. We've seen it in the Boston series and the New York series. We're gonna talk about that too. But leagues ain't safe no more. Definitely not safe. So if the Pacers definitely want to get back in this game, they got to try to get back in it. Garland, I knew Garland and Mobley and all them. They had to play Game 3 because this was a pivotal game. If they didn't win this game, it was going to be a wrap. They at least got to get one in Indiana. Maybe Indiana still wins the series, but everybody back. They got to keep the foot on the gas. I'm gonna say Cleveland can win right now. I'm gonna pick Cleveland to win right now. Because they got everybody back. But that leading, if we get to the 3rd quarter and they start trickling down that lead, it's going to be in trouble. Game 2, they had it in the bag. Donovan Mitchell was just gassed. It was him. There's no way. You had Donovan Mitchell, 48 points. Max Strus went. I don't know where he went because he went quiet in that 3rd, 4th quarter. He wasn't scoring nothing. Ty Jerome was doing cardio for 30 minutes. I don't know where he was at. So there's no way they should have lost that game. I know they was in foul trouble. That foul that they called, the offensive foul, was the right call. It could have definitely been a flagrant on Donovan Mitchell. But for y'all to not box out, first off, y'all in the professionals, y'all should know how to inbound the ball. They were struggling to inbound the basketball. basic basketball. You can throw it in the backcourt. You're supposed to have plays set up for this. Then you lose a timeout. You blow a timeout. You don't got no timeouts. You can't advance the ball. It was just crazy. And then you didn't box out. You let Halliburton get the ball back, and then he shoots a non-contested three at that. Once he did that, I knew it was money going in. Once he left his hand, I was like, it's a wrap. It's over. It's over. So they're looking like they're maintaining now, but I wouldn't be too surprised if Indiana comes back and try to cut this lead. But I'm going to go Cleveland to win game 3 because they need it.
They didn't think that Halliburton was going to hit it because, they all think he overrated. You think that that's fueling him a little bit? The NBA, his peers, and people have said, he's overrated.
It would put a fuel under me. Somebody called me overrated, and I'm up here winning clutch shots. I think that would set a fuel to you. So I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if Indiana was to win this series. But I'm still picking Cleveland. With everybody back and getting in rhythm, I'm gonna still take Cleveland in 6, possibly. This might go 7. But if Indy can possibly win one at home and then get game 5, we won't know. But I'm gonna take right now this year, game 3, I'm gonna take Cleveland to win.
All right. Coach Dante, who you rolling with tonight? And go ahead and give your thoughts on the series too.
I'm rolling with Cleveland tonight. Cleveland could win this game tonight. I got them in 7 games. Cleveland in 7 games, but if Indiana wins game 5, I might have a different take on that, because Indiana is a team that can score, man. They got multitude of scores, man. You got a 3-and-D player, Aaron Nesmith, who's really good. Miles Turner, a good 3-and-D stretch big. You have TJ McConnell, who's going to give you defense, and he can get to the rim as well. Benedict Mathurin off the bench. They're a real talented team. Like, if you actually paid attention to them all year, that team can score the hell out the basketball. And Tyrese Halliburton is the culprit of that. And everybody want to say he's overrated, but again, the Pacers immediately got better once they got him in a trade for I forgot Sabonis over there. It looked like that trade has been won by Indiana. Because they
that was a thing for a while. We were saying, it was kind of dead even trade. I didn't even think about that, Coach.
Yeah, but I think they won the trade as soon as they actually got him, because the moment he went to Indiana, they jumped off. They really actually jumped off. And all of a sudden, his second year, they become an Eastern Conference Finals team. And all of a sudden, they're on the verge of doing that same thing again. But if Cleveland probably will win tonight, but if they don't take game 5, my opinion will be way different, because Indiana is actually a team that is scary, that can score against anybody. For us, the Bucks, I didn't think the Bucks was beating them anyway. I didn't think the Bucks were good enough anyway. A lot of people say Doc Rivers is a fault, but again, if you're in Giannis is part of the fault, but if you're Giannis, I'll be crying, bitching, moaning too. I'm out there dropping 70 points in goddamn 2 straight games. You don't think you're gonna hear my mouth? And then my team, Damian Lillard can't stay on the court. I mean, that can't be Doc Rivers' fault. It can't be Doc Rivers' fault that AJ Green decided to foul Tyrese Halliburton. You bet you gotta know. You can't foul. You can't foul a guy on a layup in that situation. Even though Gary Trent Jr. Turned over the ball and didn't catch the ball, Gary Trent Jr. was the reason they even in the game. That was the reason he was the reason why they even in the basketball game in the first place. But it's not Doc Rivers' fault that he couldn't catch the ball. So I think Doc Rivers did too bad in that series. Yes, he's still overrated. He's still overrated coach to me. But other than that, that Bucks team was just never good enough to beat. Wasn't good. Even with Damian Lillard, I didn't think they were good enough to beat Indiana. That just tells you how good Indiana actually is. Indiana is a really good basketball team.
They got that high.
Coach Carlisle. A lot of people don't talk about how good Coach Carlisle.
I was about to bring him up.
Coach Carlisle's a hell of a coach, man.
They got that high power, that fast tempo offense too. If you don't play defense on them, they can go. They can score at any moment.
And the thing is, they'll stop you from scoring too.
Yep.
They're a very underrated defensive team to me. Like Coach says, they got a bunch of 3-and-D players. You got Miles Turner out there who's protecting the rim and stretching the floor. So he's very vital to their success right now. Beginning of the series, and I've definitely underrated Indiana. I had Cleveland wrapping this series up in 5, possibly 6, but I really thought it was going to be a gentleman's sweep. Indiana's came out and proved me wrong. Them boys want it. They're not here trying to, they're not going to just say that, hey, we're not going to just cater, bow down to what everybody's saying that we can't do this. We can get to the conference finals. We've been there before. We can do it again. We can get to the finals. I like watching them play. They're playing right. They're playing smart. They're not getting frustrated. Because being down 20, a lot of teams pack it up and go home. No, not these boys.
You still got 2 quarters to try to.
Still got 2.
Try to knock it down to 10. You got to.
And I think that's what they do. I think Indiana plays it smart. They're like, okay, hey, we're down 20. Let's get down to 15.
Yep.
All right. We can get down to 12, 8. We're back in this, and that's what Dante was saying. That's all on Rick Carlisle. He has them boys really focused, just playing some good ball. I love it. I think I'm still gonna go with Cleveland in 6. I think they, get it together. They got their whole team back. I just think fully as a team, Cleveland is better than Indiana. Indiana may have more heart, which is very needed, but I'm gonna roll with Cleveland in 6 on this series. Dante, you brought up something on Doc Rivers. This is not something we were going to discuss. I watched First Take yesterday, and it'll tie into the next subject. Kendrick Perkins was saying that Boston Celtics is not a team that, their fan base will not allow your team to just have one title and be content with that. Which is really funny coming from Kendrick Perkins, considering that him and that Celtics team and Doc Rivers have built their legacy off of one ring. Everybody thinks Doc Rivers is top 5 coach because he has one ring. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, they're don't get me wrong, they are legendary players, but I think they feel like they put themselves higher on the pedestal because of this one ring that they have. Just want to get your thoughts on that. Hearing Perk say, if this Celtics team don't repeat or get another ring, they're not as good as we think. Key, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, again, like I say, he right. If the Celtics, not good as the Celtics been this year, the Celtics has been dominant pretty much all year outside of Cleveland in the Eastern Conference. But again, I mean, they just won a championship last year, but they would expect to win. But like everybody knew, New York is a dangerous team as well, man. When they added Karl Anthony Towns, that made them a lot better. They added Mikal Bridges. Made him so much tougher. Well, Keno will tell you about Mikal Bridges because he was actually traded from the 76ers on draft night. He's never been the same again after that. So, and his mama worked in the organization, so that's why the Sixers would keep, that's why they would keep being the team and the franchise they would be, because these type of moves right here. But other than that, like I say again, I always thought Doc Rivers was like an overrated coach, but I think some of the series that he did lose, I think people a lot unfair to him because they probably don't like him or they're biased towards him. But like I said, I understand that, but like you can go back many series and you can say it's on him, but I don't think this series is actually on him. I didn't think the 76ers series was on him, the last series. Because, I mean, when you have 2 superstars, especially when you have Joel Embiid who whined and bitched and moaned about the MVP, and you can't find a way to put the ball in the bucket, that's on Joel Embiid. We already knew what James Harden was. We already knew what he actually was. You already knew. And the same thing did happen this year in Game 7. He was nowhere to be found. That whole Clippers team was nowhere to be found in Game 7 against, Denver. And then you look at all his previous series. I mean, you look at the Lakers series against the Boston Celtics. I mean, the year that they lost KG, but then they went to the finals. They lose Kendrick Perkins. So injuries kind of got him. But he's still an overrated coach. But I just think it's unfair. How people criticize him on most of the series. It's either people don't like him or they just, at the end of the day. But I understand that. Doc Rivers at least a top 15 head coach of all time. He at least up in the top 15. He ain't top 5 though. He's a Hall of Fame head coach. I'm gonna just say that he is no doubt a Hall of Fame head coach. And then I'm gonna go back to the year that he coached Orlando when he actually led them to the playoffs. He won Coach of the Year. That was a terrible Orlando Magic team with Darryl Armstrong as your point guard. That was a terrible Orlando Magic team. Come on,
Oh, I
man.
know. I was there. You know, I'm a T-Mac fan. I was there then.
Yeah, he led them guys to the play. He led them guys to the playoffs his rookie year. Then the next year, he goes to the playoffs with T-Mac. T-Mac first year, they were up 3-1. They were actually up 3-1. T-Mac decides to decides after the game, said it's finally good to make his first make his second round. Then what they decide to lose to Detroit, and that was the year that I think Detroit made it to the NBA final. But man, he had some great years where he actually coached pretty good. Oh my fucking god! Oh, don't tell me this goddamn dude, bro. Don't hey, get him out of here.
Ain't even here yet.
Everybody's favorite headache, y'all. Please. Hey, Freddie, how are you?
What's up, everybody? It was, I had to come on to bless the screen. It's truly a blessing to bless the screen. You can't have a show talking about NBA without Freddie facts. I mean,
we've been doing pretty good without it. We've been okay without it.
You gotta have Freddie facts. How are y'all doing? What's up, Coach Dante? What's up, Freddie?
It's always been fiction. It's never been factual, Freddie. But
why y'all bring who decided to bring the Freddie non-facts on, bro?
Hey, Coach Dante, they said y'all wasn't spitting enough facts. You need some facts. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah.
Well, we'll keep you in line tonight, and
we get to talk about his Lakers.
For what? They ain't relevant. Nuh-uh. That was not a topic. Hey, you created this topic this week. You didn't say nothing about losing Lakers. We ain't talking about no teams that lost in 5 in the first round.
Coach Dante.
Wait, go ahead, Mr. Freddie.
See, out of everybody on this show, I respect your opinion because you can vibe. You don't think with emotion. So let me ask you a question on the landscape of the playoffs. We're seeing some great point guard play, correct? SGA, Brunson. Is there a guy by the name the point guard in the playoffs?
Oh,
Lord. Chris Paul. That dude on San Antonio. He on San Antonio.
Okay.
Are we talking about Luka right now? Is Luka relevant right now in this series?
They didn't even get a part of the play. They've been at home. Oh, okay.
Man, injuries prevented us.
Oh, injury prevented it. But he the point guard. He should have been able to elevate everybody. That's what a point guard do. Oh,
with who? You know what? We're not doing that, Freddie. We don't argue. This is not a debate show. We here for fun. We vibing. You killing the vibe. Don't kill our vibe.
So ask Freddie the question.
I don't care about his opinion.
Oh Lord.
Freddie, well, you were following along in the chat. We were talking about what Perk said about this Celtics team needing to win a ring. My thought process was like, how can he say this when his 08 team only won one ring and they're trying to build, their legacies based off of that? Doc Rivers has pretty much built this legacy behind that ring as well. People love Doc for it. I found him extremely overrated. What are your thoughts on that comment by Perk?
You know what? I agree. I mean, how do you establish a legacy? It's championships. Chris, I know you're not familiar with this. I know Key has been a long time, and Coach Dante has been a long time. But Houston's on its way, though. Houston is on its way. I'm loving what Houston is doing.
At least you said something right.
Yeah, but it's championships.
You know what? Hey, that was a fact. That was a good fact, Freddie.
Championships is legacy.
Years. Good job, Freddie.
It's legacy. They built this team last year with a whole bunch of 3D guys. Great. We have Derek White, good. Drew Holiday, good. Jaylen Brown's one of the best defensive players in the game. You have Kristaps Porzingis is a big old Al Horford who's still giving you good production. And you have Jayson Tatum, and then you have Pritchard who came out of the woodworks balling. I mean, this team have to have those expectations. This team. Do you realize that the money that this team is producing on the salary cap, it's championship or bust? I mean, they not playing just to go. And right now, they are getting outplayed. Coach Mazzulla is getting outcoached. This scheme of him just chunking up threes, and the New York Knicks is playing this old school basketball, diving inside the paint. I mean, and there's gonna come a time where Kristaps Porzingis, we're gonna have to start holding him accountable. Yes, you're not the number one option, number two option anymore, but you 7-3. 7-3. Protect the interior. Do something. And he's been dealing with some sickness for the last couple of months. I don't know what it is, but we have to hold them to the same standard as everybody holds the Lakers. Why? Why? Because guess what? They are a championship. They are organizations that are about championships. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. So I agree 100%.
Wait a minute, y'all. Wait, hold up. Freddie actually made sense.
I always do.
I gotta applaud that because I'm sitting here going, "Oh my God, Freddie's spitting." Okay.
I always do. This ain't nothing new.
Let's see.
It is.
Here it comes. Watch, some delusion gonna come.
Oh yeah, we still got a lot of time left. We got a whole lot of show left. Are you joining us the rest of the show?
Hey, I'm ready.
I'm
ready.
Well, we're gonna hear something crazy.
Hey, check this out. I'm over here studying. I was over here studying. I said, let me go to Facebook. Over here, y'all don't believe me. I was over here studying. But I said,
sermon in it together.
Yeah. I went to Facebook. I said, oh, they are on because I keep forgetting it's Friday night. I said, I gotta get on. I got to.
That man doing all that praying and the Lakers still trash. Okay, Key, let me get your thoughts on what Perk said.
I mean, he's not totally wrong. This roster is built crazy. 2 max players and Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Peyton Pritchard, 6 man, definitely deserving of that. You still have Derek White, who got a massive contract as well. That salary cap is crazy. I think they're going to be over the luxury tax next season. So for them not to go back to the finals and possibly win a back-to-back, it's going to hurt them. It's going to definitely hurt. And they are definitely getting outplayed by old man Tibbs, who, we all say he's going to run them players into the ground because, he don't do rotation. But look what Mitchell Robinson is coming in doing. I mean, he can't shoot free throws to save his life. But
hey, he the other night on those free throws though. When they tried to hack a Mitch, it worked. It didn't work.
Not that air ball he shot.
Well, overall.
Because it was the commentators for me on that meme. Reggie Miller was like, "Oh my God, like don't shoot that no more." Like, but no, he's not a good free throw shooter. He's worse than Shaq is better than him. Honestly,
yeah.
Shaq is way better at the line than Mitchell Robinson. But he went on there defensively against Jayson Tatum, forced him to the left. They couldn't do nothing. But Josh Hart's been playing. You all know Josh Hart's going to play. OG Anunoby's getting in there. You all know Brunson's going to take over. Mikal Bridges has been playing great defense. He was the main piece of the 14 points in the fourth quarter.
He better. They gave up a trade package that they going after Kevin Durant. He better. I mean, good God.
But no, so Perk, like I said, Perk ain't all wrong. Like I agree with him. So I mean,
Can we be honest with something? If there was any team out there to beat New York, beat Boston, it is New York. You have OG. You have Miles Bridges. You have the bodies to throw at Jaylen Brown, at Jayson Tatum. This is why they went out and made the trades that they did to beat Boston.
They built their team to beat Boston.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Nova Knicks.
Well, we know the Sixers ain't gonna be that no time soon, so we actually know that.
Is the Sixers still a team? Is that still a team?
Look, we probably can get in that later on the topic, but Daryl Morey over here stuttering on interviews.
Go ahead, Key. This your moment.
Key, I know the answer. Key, I know the answer. I know the answer to fix Philadelphia. You need one piece and one piece only. You trade Maxey for this guy. The point guard. He will change your franchise right.
You know what? Freddie talking facts again. But we happy in San Antonio. We happy in San Antonio. So y'all can keep Maxey. But
at least he didn't tear his hamstring up this year. I'm proud of him.
On that note, he did play all 82. On that note, we talking about Boston. They blew these big leads. Key, what is your thoughts on Jayson Tatum in this series?
My problem with Boston is, why are you 15 for 60 is ridiculous from the 3 line, and you shooting 60 3-pointers and you only make 15. Why are we shooting so many threes that's not even going in? Why? If Cat's in foul trouble, go to the basket. They're going to foul you.
Cat's always in foul trouble.
Go at him and get him out of here. Like, why are we just settling for threes? Go to the mid range, attack the basket. They're going to die by this 3. And if they do this again in game 3, I'm sorry, the Boston could possibly get swept because they shot horrible in game 2, 25%. You can't win ball games like that. They went 8 minutes without scoring. You can't win ball games like this. So somebody got to go back in the lab, regroup, re-strategize everything. Stop shooting threes. Even though I teach the 8-year-olds and they can't shoot the 3, but I'm like, why are we settling for jump shots? Go inside. The big man's in foul trouble. Attack the basket. Go to the line. Attack the basket. They got people that can go to the rack. Jayson Tatum can go to the rack. Jaylen Brown can go to the rack. Attack the basket. Y'all settling for threes. That's not good. You can't win games like that. You're not going to shoot 50% from 3.
In their defense, they're missing open threes. So they're not taking dumb shots. They just can't hit any.
If you can take the open threes, I can't be mad at you from that. But the shots that Tatum is taking, he is taking contested ones. I mean, just because he got the height, he about 6'10", he's taking contested shots. I'm not gonna if they open, I don't mind them. If they open, you're just struggling, then I can deal with that because that can be fixed. But your 2 studs, Jaylen Brown and Tatum, when they're taking contested threes, then that's a problem. And as good as you've been on offense, there's no reason in hell you should go 8 minutes without a basket. I don't care who you're playing. The way you score on you was like one of the most efficient teams in the league this year, making 3-point shots and stuff like that. And your offense one of the tops in the league. And you go 8 minutes without making a basket, that's a problem. And Jayson Tatum going 1 for 9 in game 1, basically all on just settling for contested threes. Jayson Tatum got to be held accountable for that. That's just really unacceptable. That's unacceptable by Jayson Tatum, especially Boston, because you went 0 for 8. You went just 8 minutes without scoring a basket. That cannot happen. That can just not happen.
I'm so tired of this, and I'm not a Boston Celtics fan. How much? Can somebody tell me how much Jaylen Brown get paid?
A lot of money.
A lot.
How much is Jayson Tatum getting paid?
All right, hold on. I'll get that.
Let's pull up these numbers. I think if anybody in the NBA get the most disrespect, it's Jayson Tatum. Out of everybody, this is a kid, and Jaylen Brown's agreed as well. These are kids that has been on way above their age since they first came in the league. Let's not forget, if it wasn't for LeBron James when he was in Cleveland, Boston might have won a championship a long time ago. If we just being honest, because you disagree?
They would have got to the finals, but they weren't beating those Warriors teams.
I don't know that.
Yes, you do.
I don't know that.
Yes, you do.
I think Jayson Tatum better than Kevin Durant.
At this point in his career, yes, but not at that time.
Even back then.
What?
See, I told you, King.
See, he should get for that statement. He should get a special remove for that statement, right?
You think Kevin Durant was better?
Yes,
obviously, yes, he was way
absolutely 100%.
Outside of shooting, what does Kevin Durant do better than Jayson Tatum at that time?
That's what he needs to do.
Can you got those numbers for us?
Oh my God! Yes, I got these dang on numbers. So Jayson Tatum, he signed that 5-year deal, so $315 million for 5 years, getting an annual salary of $62 million.
What about Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown.
Just a dribble basketball.
5 years. He's $300 million too.
So these two guys take up most of your salary cap.
Don't forget about Derek White. He up there too.
Yeah. Majority of your salary cap. It's all about the others. It's all about the others. Derek White, Drew Holiday, Pritchard. They was bragging They thought this dude was the next version of Austin Reeves. How much he was talking about this kid. Let's just be honest. Kristaps Porzingis. This has been the biggest knock on you your whole career. Your biggest knock. Ever since the days of you in New York, your days in Dallas. I mean, he's supposed to be the guy to take the load off Jaylen Brown. Take the load off Jayson Tatum. Why are they taking contested shots? Joe Mazzulla, however you say your name, you're supposed to make it easier on your superstars. Make it easier. Mix it up a little bit. Everybody know your game plan. We're going to launch from threes. And yes, they are good shots. I agree with Coach Dante. If you're wide open, take them. But if you see that they're not falling, Jaylen Brown is one of the best punishers in the paint.
Exactly.
One of the best punishers in the paint. Jayson Tatum have a handle. Attack the paint. Play physical. New York is playing an old school version of basketball. Attacking the paint. If the three-point shot is out open, they'll kick it out. They playing real simple. And Boston is proving everybody's point last year. The road to your championship last year was too easy. It was granted by injuries. You had an easier
I
run.
never agree with those statements because
It's showing.
People say about every championship run, probably.
It's showing though, Chris. What?
But I mean, you can't take that away from them last year because they played who was in front of them. We don't do that with Golden State.
Chris,
every ring Golden State has is because a star player got hurt.
Chris, not every ring, but Chris,
every ring Golden State
not
has.
every ring. Not every ring. Not every ring. What ring?
First one,
I agree. I agree with that one.
Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt.
Okay, the first one. Second one.
The second one,
nobody got hurt.
Kawhi.
Oh my goodness, Kawhi, really? Are we really talking about Kawhi Leonard? Really?
They were up on them.
Kawhi Leonard.
They were smashing about 20 points before Kawhi.
Before Kawhi got hurt.
Okay, what about the next one?
Chris Paul.
Oh, please.
They were up. They were up 3-2.
3-2. Chris Paul had to miss the last 2 games.
Coach Dante. Coach Dante, I don't care about that.
I think we'd have beat the Warriors. We would have definitely beat the Warriors.
Exactly.
Coach Dante, I don't care. What history tells me.
Yeah, we'd have definitely beat the Warriors.
Hey,
and then the fourth one, before you say anything else, the fourth one, John Morant got hurt.
Hold on. Coach Dante.
No, we're moving on.
Coach Dante.
So, based off of that, though,
history tells me, hold on.
If Jayson Tatum doesn't have a good game tomorrow, though, what does that say about him?
We ain't done with the last topic.
Yes, we are.
Coach Dante, you a Houston Rocket fan. Please go back in history. How does James Harden look in Game 7s?
Oh, everybody looked bad in Game 7. Everybody looked bad in Game 7.
No, I'm talking about in history.
No,
we're not talking about the Rockets
that bad in that Game 7 because everybody missed open shots in that Game 7.
No, I'm talking about James Harden.
That just tell you how bad Chris Paul was missing. Really,
I'm talking about James Harden. When it comes to
he has a bad history. He has a bad history. In Game 7.
I can't take other Chris Paul. Chris
Paul was definitely the turning point of the series. You can't
exactly.
He was definitely the turning point of that series.
Hey, like this dude Magic Johnson.
No, he was definitely
exactly though. I mean, but you can't blame injuries.
You only lost the game by like 10 points. Chris Paul would have definitely got you about 17.
No, I disagree. We've seen him in some games.
They weren't missing 27 threes with Chris Paul on the floor.
We've seen it.
No, we wouldn't.
He can't affect shooting. How can he affect shooting?
He could. How he couldn't?
How can he?
How he could?
He controls the ball.
That year he was on.
You understand? You're welcome, Freddie.
He can make you shoot. He can make you shoot.
Anyway, as I said, if Jayson Tatum has a bad game tomorrow, what does that say about him?
It's rap. He gonna be like, oh, you can only win one championship and that's it. I think that's where that narrative is gonna come in. At, oh well, you can't. You're not championship material again. You got that one ring and you can't go back. You can't. At this point in the playoffs, you got here for a reason. You've been dominating all season. You can't go cold now. You can't.
Is it more on Tatum if they lose?
There's more on Mazzulla. He's the coach. He is the coach.
He got to make some adjustments.
I'm so sick and tired of this.
Working, you have to make adjustments. You have to. I'm sorry. If I'm on the bench, I'm cussing out everybody. What are we doing? I'm
so tired of the Jayson Tatum slander. What else can he do? This dude has been in the league as a puppy, dominating. What more do you want? He's already done more than Chris Paul. And I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. He's led a team to the Eastern Conference Finals how many times? Have Chris Paul done that? And I mean, come on, y'all.
Never been to the East, so no.
Well, he barely did it in the West.
Hey, Freddie, did he do more than Joel Embiid yet? Did he already do more than
Oh, he definitely did that. Boy, he did that his rookie year.
Hey, Coach Dante, they tie and tie because they both get hurt. They both get hurt. They find ways to get hurt. They find ways to get hurt.
Look,
Why
I
did
can't
you
even,
become such a Tatum fan?
Hey, he's part of the Kobe Bean Bryant Club, so hey, he's one of my guys. I don't like Boston though. Can't stand him.
So since we're on that subject of that game tomorrow, can the Knicks win tomorrow? And if they do, can they sweep Boston? Dante?
Absolutely, they can. They can. But do I think they will win? I don't think they will win game 3. I don't think they will win. I'm gonna pick Boston to win. But yeah, I think they have a team. I mean, that's what you get. I mean, you got Karl Anthony Towns for he's been solid. He's been great in the playoffs. Even when he's not having those big score games, he's been very good rebound. He's been a very good rebounder. It just seemed like Karl Anthony Towns does not need a big game because OG Anunoby is stepping up. Mikal Bridges is stepping up. Someone that Key know very well, Mikal Bridges. They got traded on draft night from Philadelphia, but those are the type of decisions they make right there. Other than that, and look, you got Freddie shaking his head. He know it too. But other than that,
How's Paul George treating y'all?
Paul George decided to rob the Sixers for money because he gets hurt the second preseason game. So other than that, they stuck with that.
Coach Dante, can I ask you a question? If we did an all-time injured list, boy, that's the all-time starting 5. You got Chris Paul, you got Kawhi, you got Embiid, you got Anthony Davis. Who else? Who's the 2? Let me think of a 2. Oh man,
they heard put him on the list too.
Who?
Zion.
Zion on the list. He go on the list.
Hey, that's an all-time starting 5 right there.
Oh, Joel Embiid would be at the top of my list though, because he can't never stay healthy. Plus, he never in shape when he does. When he does, he can't never in shape anyway.
Joel Embiid misses rookie season.
Yep. Well, man, I think the
He had limited minutes when he came back.
Right. Yeah. What did he play, like 40 games his second season? If he played that? Because that's why he didn't get rookie of the year.
And Jalen Brunson been on the scoring rampage too, so I think that the Knicks definitely could win the game, win game 3. But I got the Celtics winning game 3. Though I do got the Celtics winning game 3.
Freddie, and the crazy part was, well, not to go back to Chris Paul, but Jalen was rooting for Chris Paul to win the championship with the Suns.
We all were, Key. We all were.
Listen. The pressure is
Freddie,
not
you're still a guest. You're still a guest. I'll boot you. Key, can the Knicks?
Since when Chris got access to know how to work StreamYard? Since when he know how to work that?
Can the Knicks sweep Boston?
Man, I like how the Knicks has been playing. I like how the Knicks has been playing. If they get a big lead on Boston, it's possible. I mean, I think they can sweep them if they can. But I think Boston wins game 3 tomorrow. They have to. To remain in the series.
Freddie?
The pressure is not on Boston.
It's not.
Not at all. They don't.
I actually agree with you.
It's not.
All the pressure's on New York.
Yep.
New York, you got these guys on the brink. You got them. You got their butts tight. You got them where you want them. Finish the job. Hey, we're gonna see how mature this New York team really is. Do you have the Kobe Bryant mindset, job not finished? Or you gonna get comfortable? Are we gonna see Cat go back to take a jump shots? Are we gonna see Mikal Bridges be a shell of himself? Are they going to have to depend on Jalen Brunson to be a high-volume shooter? Finish the job. Boston is a champion team. if those threes start to fall, which they are more than capable of doing, it's not like New York is just playing this outstanding defense. They are wide open threes that they are missing. And if they have a good shooting night and they go on an avalanche, good night. New York. Finish. I'm gonna tell you, I think Boston's still gonna win the series. You cannot win with a short point guard. You can't. We've seen it. We've seen it. Chris Paul has been trying for years.
Oh my God, Freddie.
Allen Iverson have tried. These
Steph
short
Curry
point
is not a
guards,
giant.
He
these
go down.
short point guards do not win.
Steph Curry's not a giant.
But guess what? He had giants around him. He had Kevin Durant. He had Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. He had giants all around him.
Yo, Stephen Curry actually taller than when we all think. He actually about
He like 6'4", 6'5".
He like 6'2". He like 6'2", 6'3". Like,
Yeah, exactly.
He ain't short.
But
He's NBA short.
To me,
yeah,
to me,
his body is like NBA short, but he's actually a tall. He
to
actually.
me, Jalen Brunson don't make the others better. He's going to get his scoring wise, but he don't make the others better. And so I don't think that New York will ever win. They made a mistake letting Julius Randle go, in my opinion.
What?
I said what I said.
He played better with Minnesota.
Right.
Why?
So you think if that trade doesn't happen, Minnesota and New York are in the same position right now?
No.
Minnesota's going to go as far as Ant-Man take him, first of all.
But not with Cat.
We seen him do it last year with Cat. Did they go to the Western Conference Finals or not? Did they go to the Western Conference Finals or yes or no?
Okay.
Okay then. So that's as far as they'll go this year.
I think they got a better shot still with Julius than Cat.
The Wolves we technically got lucky. They got lucky.
How, by beating the team in 5?
Yeah,
Look.
yeah, they got lucky.
Who did they beat in 5? Who did they beat in 5?
How does it look? You got beat in 5.
OKC, UFC.
Sure.
You saying that's ridiculous. You saying that's luck, but they beat y'all in 5.
Yeah, because you know what my mindset was? I didn't care what the Lakers did this year. We didn't
Now you don't care. You didn't care with them.
I didn't. You know why? We didn't make that trade for this year. This team was incomplete. We have holes. But watch next year. We get us a big man. We get us a couple wings. We right
There you go. Talking about KFC again, getting a couple of wings. That's the only thing y'all get.
OKC, UFC, some chicken wings, whatever. It don't matter. Lakers in 4, not 5, 4.
Y'all had a big man. The coach just didn't play him. The coach just didn't play him.
Sure did.
Jackson Hayes. He just didn't play him.
He's
Y'all
soft
gonna let French fry beat y'all? French fry.
he's soft like Charmin.
Boy, Rudy Gobert went off like a Hall of Fame center.
Rudy never gonna see them numbers again in the playoffs.
Yeah, that is what
In
it
a regular
is.
season, Rudy had 2K numbers against the Lakers.
It's all right.
He may don't have that game. He may don't have the game because he may not be able to need to have that game. But hey, he had it against the Lakers though. The Lakers
It's all good. It's
seemed
all
like he was a
good.
great player.
That's all good. Just wait for us next year. This team was not going to compete for a championship.
Is y'all gonna re-sign Luka? Because
Why wouldn't we?
Yo, they definitely gonna. They ain't no way.
Why wouldn't we?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you keep
He's
him.
one of the best players in the NBA.
y'all better go get Daniel Gafford. He a good big man for cheap.
We got somebody else in mind. he up there in Denver. And I ain't talking about
DeAndre Jordan.
I'm talking about the Joker.
Oh, hey,
All right, Freddie. Moving on. But thank you for doing that, Freddie. That brings us to
LeBron
our next topic.
trade.
Tonight, we following the Pacers Cavaliers game. Game 3 of the OKC Thunder and the Denver Nuggets. The series is 1-up. Oh, tied 1 apiece. Thunder put on a clinic the other night. What did they win by 43 or something like that?
hold on, right back.
All right. Freddie, for game 3, who needs it more? OKC or Denver?
Denver. Because if OKC is like a team, listen, OKC starts smelling blood, they're gonna attack you. You seen game one, they let the foot off the gas. What happened in game two? They said, okay, let me have this dance. Denver is not the same Denver they was the last couple of years ago. Nobody fears Denver anymore. They don't fear them. See, a year or two ago, we feared Denver when they had Bruce Brown, when they had Kentavious Caldwell Pope, old man Jeff Green. We feared Denver. Now, they're okay. Man, they can go on. They can give you a good little stretch. They can win a game here and there, but they're not feared. OKC, they fear nobody. This young team fears nobody. You have SGA looking like I don't even know who we can compare him to. Jalen Williams, defense. Dort, defense. And guess what? They have the recipe to beat Denver. They have two big men that they can throw at the Joker. They can clog up the paint, make it difficult for him. Oh, this is a must-win for Denver. If Denver don't win tonight, it's over. OVER.
I don't like saying this, but I agree with you, Freddie. Dante?
You're a smart man.
I also agree it's Denver, but I'm gonna go to the other side. I think OKC probably needs it more because again, you want to just prove that, hey, I'm a legit title contender. You probably did a great job of just giving away game one. And Mark Dano, I think on the situation in game one, I think he had a terrible strategy in the first place. I mean, again, why would you like you had 12.7 seconds on the clock and you decide to foul early and give up 2 free throws. Then the Thunder get the ball back. They get 2 free throws. Then the next possession, Jokic gets 2 free throws. Then the next possession, Alexander gets an easy dunk. Jokic is not in the game, but all of a sudden, again, you decide to take another foul early. You can decide to take another foul early. Aaron Gordon makes 2 free throws, but then again, you sponge your 2 timeouts. You sponge your timeout the first time, then you spend your timeout again. Then Jokic get back to the game. Yep, you give up some more free throws to the Thunder, but then again, you foul early with 10 seconds left. You foul early with like 9.9 seconds left, and you give up giving another couple of free throws. Then you waste your timeout again. But now you got no timeouts. Next time you bring the ball in. So what's the next thing? What's the next thing they do? They get the ball out of Shea's hands. Jokic turns around, denies Shea's the ball. They double him. Now the ball has to get there. You have to get the ball in bounds because you already mismanaged your timeout. Now Chet Holmgren gets a chance to get the ball. By the way, who's a 75% free throw shooter, who's probably, you can say he has a better chance of missing 1 free throw. Not only that, you miss both. He misses both free throws, but with about 5 seconds left, now you don't have a timeout, so Denver plays the ball. Denver plays it, and all of a sudden you get to transition 3 to win the game from Aaron Gordon. And plus you couldn't foul. That take away the foul because you already in the bonus once you decide to foul them early. And now you're scrambling to try to get back. All of a sudden. So Eric Gordon ends up hitting a 3. I thought it was just terrible management of the timeouts in the foul game by Mark Daniel. And again, you fouled that again. You was one of the best defensive teams all year. You could actually trust your team not to give up an actual 3-point shot. Other than that, the game 2, they proved it was no question. Hey, we just gave out the game. But I think for OKC to be taken more serious, I think they definitely going to have to need game 3. But I agree. I think Denver does needs it more to prove, hey, we still this team. We still can get to the NBA final. We still a threat to anybody in the West. We still can win a big game when need to. But I think OKC needs it because just to prove, hey, we can beat anybody in the Western Conference. We are serious. We are serious contenders. So I think I will go side of OKC. But I do agree Denver needs it more though.
Yeah. Very well put, Coach. I agree with you with both of y'all. Denver has to come out and win, and they need to win convincingly because even winning game 1, it wasn't because they were a better team. is because the Thunder lost more than Denver won in game 1. And if they don't come out tonight and prove it, then OKC doesn't. But like Freddie said, they're not feared.
Yep.
OKC gonna come out, or OKC came out game 2, got punched Denver straight in the mouth. So Denver has to bounce back tonight and hopefully put on a good show. Hopefully it's a good game. I don't want to see another blowout. I like those down to the wire games because I don't have a horse in this fight. I just want to watch good basketball. All right, Kian came back here, so we're gonna get her opinion on it. Freddie, you can take that background down. But we do got to talk about the other series in the playoffs. It is the Golden State Warriors. They are going against Minnesota Timberwolves. Fortunately, in game 1, Steph Curry hurt his hamstring. He ended up missing game 2. Minnesota took advantage of that and blew out. So what?
Take advantage.
They took advantage of Steph not being there.
It didn't matter if he's going to be there or not.
On that note,
Freddie,
without Steph Curry, can Jimmy Butler hold it down till Steph Curry gets back, which they're predicting game 6, which will mean that Minnesota would have to at least Golden State would have to at least get one game to force it, because we're not going to there's no way they're going to beat Minnesota both games, the next 2 games. So Golden State does have to at least get one. Are we giving any faith in Jimmy Butler being able to hold it down until Steph could possibly get back?
They said it's a possibility that Steph can come back game 6, but again, you don't want to be rushing a hamstring injury, man. It takes
at his age.
Yo, Steph at your age, and then you got to do all that moving around, coming off screens and stuff like that. Especially the way you play basketball. You move around all those screens without the basketball. He's one of the best players that I ever seen, kind of outside of Reggie Miller, that can move without the basketball like he can. So again, hamstring injury is something that don't need to actually be rushed. But other than that, man, I think if you're Minnesota, you have to take a game like in Golden State, the still home court back. You have to take a game. You have to take one of these games. I don't care if it's game 3 or game 4, but you want to definitely take one of these games. And I say, take game 3. I think you most likely got to take game 3. You got to take it. But I think Jimmy Butler is more capable of leading the team to a victory. You saw countless of years when, he did that. He did that. The Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler. He led them to some big wins. You just saw the Sixers. He led them to some big wins outside of the one that Kawhi Leonard had. And then in the Rockets series, he led them to some big time a big time W. I think game 4. Jimmy Butler was probably the reason why they actually won game 4. Mm-hmm. Game 1, he was a reason why they won game 1 as well. But Jimmy Butler he's still a baller, man. He's still a leader, and he's still a guy. He still can be that dude. Draymond Green has been playing well. He's been scoring pretty good. Buddy Hield's been on a rampage. I think it just takes a collective team effort for the Warriors to even try to beat the Timberwolves, because you're going to need that, because Timberwolves also has a great defense too. Jaden McDaniels is very, very good on defense. You got Anthony Edwards who can score and play defense. Rudy Gobert's one of the best rim protectors in the league. And you got Nickeil Alexander-Walker who comes off the bench, gives you some of that three-point shooting and that defense. So if you're Minnesota, hey, you got to still home. You got to go. You got to be going. You either go back to Minnesota 2-2, or you can go back 3-1. But you got to find a way to get a win and go to State. You cannot lose a game without Steph Curry in the lineup. You got to find a way to go back home and with 2-2 or 3-1, however you want it to. You got to back. Even if you do lose a game, you got to find a way to get a split.
I agree, but I think it's going to be hard to say. Although Buddy Hield, like you said, man, Buddy Hield has came along this playoffs finally. Like, this is the Buddy Hield we've been wanting from, for a while. He's finally showed up. It's going off. His 3 is falling. Speaking of falling, it looks like Indiana's making a run right now. They may be doing something. We don't know. But Yeah, we've seen like with Jimmy's history. We know playoff Jimmy's a whole different monster, a different leader, and you got Draymond. I'm not a Draymond fan of his play, but I cannot deny his leadership. Uh, he makes them boys play. He has a good mind for the game and everything. It's just some of his antics a little, not for me. So I think with their attitudes, I really think they can get another game and try to get Steph back. But like you said too, that's a hamstring injury.
Yep.
Steph's whole career has been played. One of his issues coming in was like his ankles. So like another leg injury is not a good thing. Yep. Steph's game based on him running around, and you don't want to rush that hamstring at his age.
Yeah, it's his age, especially the way how he plays basketball too. How he just gives up the ball and just moves without the basketball. I mean, you got to give for that. The way he plays, you got to let that hamstring heal. I mean, can't just rush him back because you desperately need something. You need a win, but I think he's going to end up coming back anyway. If the Warriors are in danger of kind of losing the series, or if they feel like, hey, we're going to need to put you out there. We're going to have to need to put you out there because, again, we're on the danger of losing this series. And sometime it happened. You've seen James Harden came back from tried to come back from a grade 2 hamstring injury where he had no business trying to come back for when they played Milwaukee. We saw a lot of people take a lot of risks, but as far as like the way Steph plays, and he just moves without the basketball and stuff like that, that could be difficult. And then you gotta try to fight to get like, it's not that he's not in basketball shape, but again, at the end of the day, it's just his playing style and the way he plays. That hamstring injury can definitely pop again and take a toll on you the way he does play. And a lot of people gonna go at you on the defensive side. You ain't gonna
they're gonna take advantage of it. And then let's not forget, we talked about Golden State title runs earlier. That year the Raptors won. They may have rushed Kevin Durant back sooner than needed. And I know it wasn't a hamstring injury, but still, sometimes you may just need to take your L. Worry about next year. I mean, and that was like kind of like you said. I mean, that's only if like you really need it. But I still don't think you should try to rush him back. Worst case, you run it back next year. Golden State really had no expectations this year. I know you want to try to get another ring. Nobody wants to not win, but at the end of the day, you really got to think about Steph's career. That's your franchise. He's not a young man.
You're going to have Jimmy Butler for a full season next year, too. You're going to have him for a full season, so you got a definitely good opportunity to be at the top of the Western Conference with Jimmy Butler definitely coming back next season. With a full season of him, Draymond, and everybody, it depends on who you add in the offseason. Then so you have a chance to run. You have a chance. Like if you're down 3-1, if you get to save I don't think it's gonna happen. I think the Warriors gonna find a way to win a game. But just say if it does happen, there's no need to bringing them back. There's no need to rushing them. There's no need to rushing them back. You just take the loss. You just take the loss. You just take the loss and just give Steph Curry the whole offseason to heal. And Jimmy Butler's coming back next year. Hey, you running back. You just running back. So if you're down 3-1, I think you don't rush them back. But if you're 2-2, I think they're gonna find a way to rush them back. They're gonna find a way to try to rush them back to play.
Yep. Well, Coach, seems like our fellow co-hosts, they had some issues come up, so they did leave. But we are about to wrap it up for tonight. This has been a great season of basketball. These games have been amazing for the playoffs. I just hope Boston kind of figures out something different. The live by the 3, die by the 3 thing is kind of hurting them too much, but maybe they'll turn it around. Coach, let me get your final thoughts on everything from what we've seen so far and the rest of the playoffs and just in general.
I mean, the playoffs has been great, especially the Western Conference first round outside of the OKC Thunder series and the OKC and the Grizzlies series. The Clippers and the Rockets series, they were awesome, man. The 7 went to 7 games. In the Western Conference, you always going to kind of get those. Western Conference, it go by matchups. It really go by matchup. It depends on who you play. Like I remember saying, like throughout the regular season, like when it was close, like the one team I really didn't kind of want to see. I not want to see us play the Warriors because the Warriors always will find. Warriors always find a way. The Warriors always just find a way. They got our number. But it was good for this team because, again, you're playing an experienced team, and it just gets you some time. Next year, you should be actually more readier.
Yeah.
a more readier team. So it's good to go ahead and get that out the way as a young squad. But it was a great playoff. It's been great, some great playoff. The Detroit series and the Knicks series was really good, even though that finished in 6. That was a really good series right there.
Another overachieving team this year was
Another
Pistons.
overachieving team. JB Bickerstaff, shout out to him, the ex-Rockets interim head coach. He did a hell of a job over there. He did a hell of a job over there. And that team competed. Cade Cunningham is the real deal if he stays healthy. But that team overall is really good. So we've seen some great series, man, in this playoffs. This playoffs has been really, really good. It has been really good.
Yeah. Well, on that note, Coach, I'm gonna let you get out of here. We're gonna probably wrap up and check out the Cavs and Pacers game. Cavs are up right now. We're in the fourth quarter, and then following that, we do have the Nuggets and OKC playing tonight. That's gonna be another great game. Hopefully, we see everybody next week. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, Key. Thank you, Freddie, for joining us. You came in with your facts. You didn't even get outrageous tonight, which is really surprising. You're always welcome to join us. Coach, like you said, it's always a pleasure to work with you, man. I'm glad we're doing this again. This has been so great. Thank you for letting me join y'all. Just want to
thank you, man. Thank you
yes,
for coming on with us, man. It was on. I've been wanting to work with you for a little while, so I'm glad I get an opportunity too.
I appreciate it. If you smell what Dante is cooking, a little inside. But we will see y'all next week. Thank you for joining us. Please come back next week, same time for the Courtside View.